How is it going, Land Geek Nation, Land Geek Hive Mind? What is going on?
What was that, Forbes? Without the hive mind?
What's the hive mind? What did I miss?
Hive mind.
It's the Hive Mind, the Land Geek Nation Hive Mind. What's wrong with that?
I think we better restart this. Rewind.
We only got one watcher right now anyway, so they're fine with it.
So negate the hive mind. I don't know what that is.
What's wrong with that?
Does that mean like collaboration?
It's a hive of minds. Have you never heard hive mind before?
I literally have never heard those
always teaching
letters.
me Scrabble words. Always getting Scrabble words from
I'm sorry. I've never heard of that. But no, it sounds lovely since you explained it to me. I'm just, I'm not a man about town. I don't know.
Right. Laura Zano loves it. She loves hive mind. Thank you, Laura Zano.
Whatever Laura Zano likes.
Always a Bossman lover.
So, what is going on, fellas? She says a bunch of smart people talking land. That's what we are. Us three guys.
Wicked smart guys.
We are here to talk land. We love talking land on Wednesday or Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern and sharing a drink with each other.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys, am I sharing drinks tonight with you, or are you guys just all tired and sleepy and have your water in hand?
It's so I can't explain to you how much work I got done today. It was insane. I was on phone calls from 8:30 in the morning until about 8:30 at night. And then I had to watch The Good Place and Blacklist with my children, and then I'm on this call. So I'm going to drink.
Well, here's the important question, though. Did you sell any land today, Matt Forbes?
I don't really sell my land anymore, so no, I don't think we got any down payments. We did have 2 people sign their paperwork, so I don't know if that counts anymore. I don't know. I'm not sure where the win is anymore. I think it's when we get the down payment.
I love it. I'm not sure where the win is anymore. I love it.
Yeah, that's empty. Anyways. Yeah.
Well, what's up? So, go ahead, Zano.
What do we got for watches? And that was the only question? What was the question?
No, there's no question. It's just Laura Zano. What?
It was you posing the question.
Yeah, I posed the question. Did he sell any land today? That's it.
It sounds like an anatomically correct question.
Yes. Are you referring to my T-shirt?
Yes.
It's one of my favorites. I know all of these. I know all of those bones and ligaments, by the way.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got some watches. Darren Nichols is here. Laura Zano is here. Everybody else is quiet. They're quiet right now.
Secretly in the background.
But we got some things to talk about. So, but first off, I think what we need to talk about is what a phenomenal weekend we had at boot camp.
Yes.
Boot camp.
I can't believe it. Those always fly by. It's like they come, the anticipation, and it's like, boom, it's over. I guess that's life. I shouldn't just say that's boot camp. That's life, right? But, it's true. Things are, you anticipate things, right, Scott? Right, Matt? You anticipate things, and then they're over. I didn't call you Mark. I called you Matt, Mark.
A little bit you did. Like, easy, Tiger. I'm with you, though.
Did you just snort?
No, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about land before people give up on us, for God's sakes.
Yes. Oh, they're not going to give up on us. No, we had an amazing boot camp. Matt Forbes, we missed you. I always miss you at boot camp. Boot camp in real time is the best because I get to feel like I'm 5 feet next to you and you just envelop me in your massive arms. It's a lovely time. Lovely hug that we have. But we learned a lot of land. We talk a lot of land. And
what was that?
Nothing.
August.
What was that?
August.
What about August?
We might have if things go well, we might have a live event.
I didn't know that. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Well, the dates are confirmed for boot camp. So whether it's in person or whether it's online, it's August 12th through the 15th.
Vegas.
And
freaking Vegas.
That's where the August one always is. It's got to be 120 degrees. And
yes,
Where's the worst possible place we could go in mid-August? I know. Let's go to the desert. Let's go there. You can't even walk down the street.
Go take pictures of your land.
I did have a really good time at the Las Vegas boot camp, to be fair, but good Lord.
I remember, so my buddy Jeff introduced me to Mark. I remember him. So he went to one boot camp before we went. It was in Vegas. And I really, honestly, up until boot camps, never went to Vegas. I was just not a big gambler, had no reason to be there, just never went. And I'm like, just going to Vegas to learn about it just sounded like really odd, this whole get together in Vegas. And it's interesting. We just had the boot camp. I remember getting ready to go see Mark in Arizona. And it was like, what you envision is never really what it is, right? You think it's going to be some sort of, I don't know, ultra sales pitch. I don't know what I expected. I didn't expect us to meet an authentic guy talking about something that was really not that overly difficult. And it was just interesting. I think back to that when I think of Vegas, his first trip out there. I want to meet this guy, Podolski. I'm like, what are you going to do? Land invest. Huh? And of course, he starts doing really well and piques my interest.
I think of you forcing me to play Wheel of Fortune slots last time we were in Vegas. That's
my favorite game.
Mike's favorite game.
Being like, you know what I want to do with this $50 bill right now? I just want to give it to somebody who owns a casino. Oh, it's gone. All right. Oh, do you want to know what I want to do with this?
I feel 20? Better now.
Yeah, and you're like, no, come on, you always win for us. Just like lost. Vanna actually looked at me and she just went. It was weird. It was a glitch in the Matrix. Anyways.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, that's what you think of. When you think of Vegas, you think of just sort of, I don't know, nothing that's, I don't really think of things that are like lasting and life-changing when I think of Vegas, right? And the reality is this is lasting and life-changing. So I always just think of that sort of dichotomy, right? He's going to Vegas to learn this land investing, and just the fact that he was going to Vegas made it sound kind of different. And then,
here's the cool thing too. All three of our first boot camps. Well, no, you said yours was in Arizona, Mike.
Yeah.
My first and Matt Ford's first was in Vegas. That's cool stuff.
Was it in Vegas?
Pretty sure it was. Pretty sure that's where the bat was. But anyway, along with boot camp, which is a great weekend for just learning a ton of content and also connecting with community. We have something every boot camp, Matt Forbes, that we love talking about, and that's the boot camp magic. And there's 3 examples I want to give right now from the weekend that were absolutely phenomenal. So the first is Cale Heinzelman. Here's a shout out to you. He got the toolkit probably a couple months ago. He's been hard at it since then, and during boot camp he got his first sale. He bought a property wholesale and flipped it for cash, made a couple $1,000s, something like that. So congrats to Cale on your first land deal and making money. And then another really cool one, Matt Forbes, was Amy and Mike volunteered to share their Facebook ad experience with the rest of the people at boot camp. So 75 people are watching Amy and Mike post their Facebook ad. And they posted it on Friday, right? And with some assistance from Taria, because Taria is awesome at Facebook, and she gave all these pointers. And we just watched the ad all weekend, right? So they have I think this is their first property. I think they only have one property in inventory. They set the ad Friday. And come Saturday, they had hundreds of views. Come Sunday, they had multiple hundreds of views. Multiple conversations going on. And come to find out, Monday, they sold it. So 3 days on Facebook. And you know what? They didn't have to step up and volunteer and be like, hey, we'll volunteer. We'll take a chance. We're going to put ourselves out there in front of 75 other people and feel a little bit vulnerable in posting our first ad. And they did it, and look what happened. I love it. Awesome. And the fact that Taria was able to kind of help instigate that process, I think was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. Like, you got to feel pretty comfortable about the world if you're going to go put yourself in front of that many strangers and just go do that. But, like, that's what you got to go do. I mean, you just got to get out there and do it. I mean, what are you going to do? Post a bad ad? Like, who cares? Just go post ads. Let's go.
Right.
Oh.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I hadn't heard that story yet. That's excellent.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome story. And then here's another. I got to read this email to you guys, and I haven't asked him to share it, so I won't say his name. But this gentleman just went through flight school, and he was excited to go through boot camp. And he says, "Hey Scott, I had to share some late day boot camp magic. This was my second boot camp, and I just finished the last flight school. When boot camp started, I had 5 properties owned in Park County, Colorado, for my mailings. You love that, Matt Forbes. I had already sold 1 on terms, but the other 4 have been very slow to sell. So many tire kickers. And I'm a bit low on capital, so really needed to sell at least 1 for cash. I attended boot camp for my own morale boost and just to feel part of the community still, but I've been pretty frustrated this whole weekend listening to all you guys and your nauseatingly good attitudes and awesomely successful companies. But I was mostly just butthurt that I didn't have any magic to share. Well, right about the third quarter of the Buccaneers Green Bay game, this is the only good thing that happened during the Green Bay game, by the way. I had a guy call.
Tom Brady won.
I had a guy call and buy 3 of my properties, 1 for cash, the one he paid cash for, and the 1,000 times 2 down payment. So he paid cash for 1. He put 1,000 down on the other 2 properties. He covered what he made. He covered what he paid for all 3 properties.
Wow.
Boom. That's
in
awesome.
That one Sunday afternoon land deal after boot camp.
I'm still waiting to sell a property in proper boot camp. I have sold a dozen properties flying down and or flying away. But I've never sold one like in the room.
It counts. That's the magic. Going to, coming from, it counts.
Yeah, no, I want to stand up and be like, down payment! Stripe text! Yeah, it'll happen. It's all good.
This is actually something we hear quite a bit of. He was talking about, I know he was joking, nauseating, good attitude and all that. But, people, they struggle and, they try to stay consistent. They get the so-called tire kickers and then they get frustrated, right? But then those who stick to it, and I think you call it the stick-to-itiveness. Is that right? Those who have that stick-to-itiveness, inevitably, within a week or 2 after that moment, it's like they reach this moment where it's like, I'm just tired of these people asking me if it's available. And then a week or 2 later, boom, it goes. At least critical mass, and it sells. I think we've seen this time and time again.
Over and over and over again. You just can't quit. Like, that's all there is to it. This isn't that hard. You just got to not quit. I say it at every boot camp. I yell at every new person. Literally, I will yell at you. I don't care who you are. And that's all you got to do. And, cash is good. Terms is great, right? It's a lot of work. And the secret to the business is not doing the work. Yeah. We had a guy, we think we have squatters out in Oregon on a property right now. And, Ann's like, oh my God, we got this letter. It's $750 fine. It's blah, 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 blah. I'm like, whoa. Number one, why are you stressing about this?
Right.
She's like, we've never gone through this. What are we going to do? I'm like, whoa. We aren't going to do anything. You're going to go call our executive VA and you're going to scan that letter and send it to her and be like, shoo, Birdie, take care of this. Tell us what we need to do. And she's like, okay, that's what she did. I mean, I can't believe that I got a threatening letter from the county, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. 3 years ago, this would have been lights out, code red. I'm going to drive to Zano's house so he can tell me what to do. Oh my God, the world is ending. And now it's like, yeah, whatever, just have that person deal with it. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all perspective, right? It's because that's truly because
it's wholesale retail. Everything. Oh, that one. Oh, the other one. Yeah.
Deal flow solves everything. You've been through so many deals. They all work out.
It does. Look, even in like real sales and like my real job, deal flow solves literally everything. If you got deals coming in, you're you're in the driver's seat. You can pass on the bad deals. You don't have to look at the bad crap. I think that's far more important than people think. I think people look at that mic and they're like, yeah, no, that makes sense. You're like, nope, you don't get it. It's way more than that. It's everything.
Yeah. So true. So true.
That's awesome.
So what are we talking about tonight? By the way, whoever that guy was with the butthurt stuff.
Yeah.
Whoever you are, I feel you. In my heart, I feel you, man. It was like 2 years before it finally got going for me. I feel you. Nobody's slower in the world at this than me. So
I think it always seems like there's maybe some sort of just conjecture here that there's like an internal resistance to the recipe. I mean, we get shown the recipe, but is there some level of us that maybe tries to off script it or think that there's a better way or not believe it, but then and it all comes down to it. I'm only saying because my experience is that the way the recipe, as Scott Todd talks about it, when you employ that, it works. Do you think there's some resistance to that initially, even though we tell people that?
I don't. I think for some people probably, but my experience wasn't like I'm resistive to the deal. I just got to do it, right? My problem is what you already mentioned, which was just perspective.
Right.
Like it's really hard to get on the other side of that mountain and be like, threatening letter from the county for $1,000. Yeah. Never gone through this. It's all good.
Sounds like a Jeopardy question when he says it that way.
Yeah. Like, okay. You know what, Leanne?
I'll take $700 fines from the county, please.
Yeah. What is squatters? Sheriff's office? What? So like you just
something your VA will correct. What is squatters?
Correct. Like I pay you $20 an hour. Like you go. She's gonna go spend 10 or 15 hours probably, and in the end, she's gonna tell us what happened. Okay. I'm like whatever. Like, I don't know. Like you gotta have sold enough property to be on the to just not. It's not that I don't care. I care deeply, but to be on the other side. I mean, like my company was taken away by the state. They like took my S corp away, and I had no idea because all of the bills were going to an old address that wasn't being forwarded to me, unbeknownst to me, and it was like a huge issue. We're like,
that sounds like a problem.
We're like, we'll just fix it. We'll call the state. The state's like, yeah, COVID, go away. We're like, we really need to get this done. You just roll with it. But in the beginning, think back though, Mike, way in the beginning. Like it should work. You've seen it work. It works. Other people have it working, but it hasn't worked for you.
Yeah.
It hasn't been flowing for you. Yeah. So, you're not quite there. You got to get to that other side. It's hard.
Yeah. Even going over and seeing a close friend of mine executing deals, building passive income, still wasn't 100% sure that I could do it. Right. Or is there something I'm missing? Is there something unique going? But I think it's just being willing to take that chance and just try something different. When we get caught in sort of comfortable life patterns of behavior, and this is a new pattern. I mean, buying raw land doesn't fit in with the normal wake up, brush your teeth, go to work, come home, watch a little movie, go to bed. It doesn't fit into that normal routine. It's a little different. You gotta work for
hustle. It. Yeah,
you gotta hustle. Hustle. You gotta hustle. It's the tortoise and the hare with so many people too, right? Like, it's just all about putting in your reps and continuing forward with the recipe, and that's hard to do when you're not experiencing success like you want to. Right. But I think for those of you who are maybe struggling, or maybe you just feel like you're not going fast enough, just put your faith in all of the data points around you, because there are so many people that have done this in our community. I mean, it's crazy. Like the proof of concept that this works is crazy. So put your faith in that. Put your faith in just doing the mechanics and moving your feet, and it will come. Now, if you're having problems, if you're maybe deviating from the recipe, either knowingly or unknowingly, that's where people in our community come in to help. So you post a question in Facebook or Mighty Networks, or you get on a call me and Zano, we'll talk you through this stuff. But
Yeah,
it's just all about, this gentleman, for instance, I give him a lot of credit, right? Like, that's pretty awesome story. And, why did it happen? Because he was doing exactly what he was supposed to. It just came at a different time for him than it did for somebody else.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now,
He just
was
didn't
that
quit.
was that the second or was that the third story?
That was the third story.
Good night,
Oh,
folks.
okay.
Thanks very much for tuning in this week. Have a great day.
So we got some comments coming in.
It's a wrap.
Jason Hoffman says, "Hey guys, Jason, nice to talk to you. Sorry I haven't answered you. He sent me a nice message the other day. I haven't answered him. I'm a jerk.
Come
will
on,
answer you.
Boston.
I agree. You are a jerk.
Jesse Diaz is wondering what the attendance was, and he also says it's bedtime for the toddler, so low light laptop action. So the Land Geek guys are on the low light.
We're
laptop.
coming at you in the low light laptop.
So what was
I'm
the attendance?
uncomfortable with
I think Zano, we had 96 signed up.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now there's, inevitably not all 96 people are going to be on a Zoom call all weekend. But I think at one time the most we had in the main room, and
High 70s.
and keep in mind there was a VIP breakout room as well.
High 70s.
There were like 75 people in the room. So good stuff. Good stuff. Wendell Duncan says, "Awesome boot camp weekend." Wendell, that's awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. Darren Nichols has another good news story. Go Chiefs. Darren's from Kansas City, so
Not going to happen, Darren.
another good news story. Sold 2 properties this week. Sold the first property I bought in flight school and got my first buyer's list sale as well as my
Nice.
first cash sale. So, here's the cash sale. You ready? You love the numbers, Matt Forbes.
Go. Give me the numbers.
Bought for $2,500.
Wait, hold on.
Sold.
Oh.
You want to guess?
6250.
Zana, what's your guess? Bought for $2,500.
I feel like I need an envelope.
$6,000.
Oh, fellas. This is
Dude, you say like 10
this-
grand, I'm going to drive to Minnesota and punch you in the face.
This is Kansas. He's from Kansas City, and I'm in Wisconsin, so I don't know where you got Minnesota, but
I
Let
think
him
we
go
all
there.
think you
Let
live-
him go to Minnesota.
all
Can I
think
do
you
one of
live
these
in
right now?
Minnesota.
He bought for $2,500. He sold for $10,400 cash.
Holy shit.
Darren Nichols, this is for you. Holy
What do you
crap.
got there, Bossman?
That is
green?
legit, baby.
That is a
That is
legit
legit.
land deal. And wow, I'm excited
Thanks
for
a lot of
you.
mailers.
That's a lot of mailers, exactly.
Dude, that's awesome.
Take
That's
your wife
ridiculous.
out. Take your wife and kids out for dinner, and buy more land.
Yeah,
That's
man,
awesome.
rinse and repeat. Like, you have a great like, I wish I got a cash sale like that when I was first starting. I don't know if you're first starting or not, but I wish I had one like that just to gain some momentum and feel great about it. I got my first cash sale like 2 years in. That's awesome.
That's an amazing deal, Darren, for sure. Yeah. More comments coming in. Jason Mendoza saw at least 76 in the room. Facebook users wondering if we are taking questions. That's why we're here. We love questions.
God,
Great
ask your
question,
questions.
Facebook
So-
user. We love questions.
So we love questions. I have a question for the community, actually. How is our sound tonight? Because typically I sound really good and those two don't.
Test, 1,
so
2, 3.
how's the
Test,
balance?
Test.
That's what I want to know.
I'd also like to know if you're out there, if you think that Bosman sounds like he's from Minnesota. I mean,
Dude.
right?
I grew up in South Dakota.
And did you know he's
Those
wearing
are
a
all the
tracksuit?
same places.
I'm just saying.
Wisconsin and South Dakota and Minnesota, that's all one state.
And he just got done running the 100-yard dash prior to the nightcap in his tracksuit.
I did, yes. Yes, I did.
Draft that's hello from Minnesota.
Sang, it's actually Sang, I think. Sang is calling from
okay.
Minnesota. He's my Minnesota neighbor. Sang was at boot camp this weekend. So that's awesome. Hope you had a good weekend. John Shipley is here. John, I believe, is in flight school. He says the sound is great all around. Well, that's
All
nice.
right.
Nice to hear that. I like that.
So how was my boy Burnett on Grill the Geeks? He was good.
Oh,
great
yeah.
job.
What a jackass the guy is.
I think he mentioned you a minimum of 3 times.
Yeah, I
Of
mean,
course he did.
Scott, I mean, we all have a
as
love
Matt
affair.
Forbes said,
We all have a love affair with Matt Forbes, but John Burnett's like, Matt Forbes this, and Matt Forbes this, and Matt Forbes this. I mean,
smart
you know.
guy. Wicked smart. My boy's wicked smart, yo.
He is.
He's
Do you know-
murdering. He's murdering this business right now. He's murdering it.
Do you know, Forbes, that John and Valerie were, I think, our first ever guests on Nightcap
No way, really?
when we first started out. This was before your time, actually.
Yeah.
they believed
I
in
only
us.
came in. I only came in after like 6 or 7 episodes after I met you guys at boot camp.
Yeah. So
That's
That's
crazy.
how-
I remember. You know what? I got part of the reason, actually, now that I think about this, that I was able to get Anne to go to that first boot camp is I watched, I think it was the podcast with Mark, where he interviewed them and they had quit and they had left and moved home and done all that. And it was like, they killed all their expenses and like they weren't killing it in the business necessarily, but it was paying for that lifestyle change. And I was like, look, if these guys can do this, like we can do this. Like they're 12 years old in our 30s.
That's exactly right.
Could do that. And
That's
that was
awesome.
actually one of the, and it might, Anne was like watching this, like, you're an idiot. We're like watching you on like the 60-inch television, right? And that was, I forgot about that. Because there was a whole podcast around that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. John Burnett was amazing. The other geeks were amazing. We can talk about that in a second, but I have to say that the energy just raised in the room. You know why?
I think the creator's here.
The creator, the Godfather, the man himself is in the room. What's up, fellas? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Mark, you gotta go check me out on the Peloton, man. You gotta see all the days I've actually gone in and worked out or whatever. I want. Wow. And by the way, I checked you out on the Peloton. Come on, bro. That's what I
Come on, bro. We're getting him back on this week. Eric and I got him back on this week.
Did you?
Mark, we're riding Saturday morning, you and me.
What I gotta do?
Whoa,
I can tell you right now that if I go on the Peloton more than you do, like, it's a problem for sure. Like,
all right,
when the fat guy does it more often, that's a problem.
You know, Scott Todd said he has his VA searching. I'm gonna test him right now.
Oh yeah.
Wow, Captain Zano.
This is a test of Scott Todd's VAs. Do they actually watch Nightcap and try to find this moment?
Jake Martin's got something. Are you on the Facey Face?
Yeah, actually, Jake, I'm coming to Jake Martin. That's our second topic, actually. So
okay, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Jump top.
No worries. We got some comments. Joey the Lemur is in Minnesota also. Here's a question from Joey. Right. For someone new, what is the priority for payments? ACH, Stripe, what else? Mike Zane. Priority.
To get set up?
No, I think what he's asking is for processing monthly payments,
Stripe,
what do you want to do?
Monthly with ACH type thing?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So typically our down payments or doc fees or whatnot are handled through Stripe for us. And then the monthlies we try to have set up on ACH.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't want to process monthly payments on a credit card. So ACH is the best way to go about that. Or there are other ways, right?
Yep.
Checkbook.io. You can have them set up bill pay from their bank. To this day, guys, I still have a guy pay me every month by Walmart MoneyGram.
You still have the Walmart, dude?
I still have one Walmart guy.
That's excellent. I mean, what a total pain in the ass, but that's excellent. I love it.
But anyway, so, yeah, all sorts of ways to get paid. Barry Ribs is here. Barry, nice to see you. Hi, guys. Is the first month after a new year the best time to send out mailings? If so, when are some other peak times to send out mailings? Like, for instance, a few months after tax season, holidays. Let's see. Matthew.
Hi, tomorrow. Thank you.
I get a better one. Yesterday.
Yeah,
I got a better one. Every day. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, yesterday,
every single
today,
day.
and tomorrow.
Oh
Never
my God.
stop. It's always on sale.
Barry, ask anybody who's been doing this for a long time one question, and you'll always get almost the same answer, right? What's the one thing you would change about this business? What's the one thing? And the answer you'll get almost every time is, I wish I had started earlier. You get people in their 50s going, I wish I had started when I was 40. You get people in their 40s going, I wish I had started when I was 30. And you get 30-year-olds going, I wish I was just out of college, because we got those people too, right? Why? Literally, don't wait. It doesn't make any sense to wait. All you're doing is delaying the money you're going to make.
Don't overthink it.
Get them out there.
Don't think that, this a certain time I'm going to get a deal accepted, certain time of the year. There's people all times of the year, every month, every day, looking to offload their properties for whatever reason.
Yep. Yeah, you don't know what those reasons are, right? There's no and I get it, maybe limited, funds to go start mailing and all that other good stuff. So you want to hit right when the timing is hot. It's not the way this business is. It just sort of goes. I literally would, if I were you, I would go put a mailer together and I would go mail for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, awesome. Thank you, fellas. Saying as a question, what is the average price you're buying for property in 2021 or at the end of 2020? So what are you guys buying property for now, average?
My average is, I'd say, $1,500.
Forbes, you're a little higher.
Do you need a Vox or someone on the team, Matt?
No, but I was like, do I want to go do the work to go run the average in Airtable, which I could.
Why don't you Vox in?
I have two kinds of properties though. I have ones that are 4,000 and 5,000, and then I have other ones that are 1,000. And so those are just it depends on.
You got your minnows and your dolphins.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, the 1,000 ones. I mean, we sold 8 of them in a single week 2 weeks ago. They don't suck, right?
No, they move
fast. Buying
fast.
for 1,000, you're selling for 4, and they can. And once you hit critical mass in your advertising, we had advertising for 3 or 4 weeks, nothing, and there was a split second where I'm like, did we make a mistake buying 12 of these things? It actually crossed my mind, and then the next week we sold 8.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, no, we didn't. We're good. Yeah, that's what it is. That's right. We're all set. We're good.
30
and now
days.
we're out.
30 days is a good average number for those $1,000 properties. That's why we love those properties.
Yeah.
Right?
Base hits.
Great yield.
Base hits, great yield, consistency. It's all good. So I think our average price is $1,800 for 2020, something like that.
Yeah.
So Luke Martin's got a situation, fellas. It's really 2 questions. So here's the first question.
What's up, Luke?
This is the easy one. This is the easy one. What's your top dollar amount? So what's your top line offer on the property? We offer 25 cents on the dollar, but somebody comes back, they're not budging, they're not willing to negotiate. What's your top line offer? Mike Zane.
Well, I would go in, and I do go into the Matt Forbes' favorite yield calculator, and I would look at what I believe I'm going to sell it for. I put in the purchase price, and I play out some different probable monthly payments, down payment, all that, and I see what comes out. Probable.
That sounds very technical.
George. Yeah. So what's your
good answer? Yield.
Okay. What's your yield number
dollar
then?
Is something that's going to give me, if it goes below a 72 yield, then I drop.
So you follow the rule of 72. What if it's 70?
What if it's 71.9? Like, that rule's dumb.
Listen, you got to draw the line somewhere. I draw it at 72.
You're dumb.
The rule is 72. All right, Mike Zano's the rule is 72. Matt Forbes.
It depends. Like, I want to buy those properties for like 4,000, 4,500, but like I got 2 offers back at 5,000 this week. What, am I gonna say no? I'm selling them for 18 grand. We're gonna quibble over $500. Like, come on. Like, yeah, do we try to beat them up on price? Yeah, but if they come back and they're like 5 or bust, they're hard to get right now. So I'm in. Let's go. I mean, I'm gonna do what? Save $500 and not buy the property. So it's different, right? My $1,000 ones, like I'm not going over $1,000, including your idiotic POA payments, because there's a stupid POA and it's a PIA to work with the POA. It's awful, right? So like,
that
I'm
sounds messy.
not. I literally mailed 1,600 people. I think I got 1,900 mailers back. So I'm not going to go over 1,000. If somebody's like, "Yeah, I want 1,200," I'm like, "Okay, pound sand. I'll get to you later," because I got all these people saying yes at 1,000. So it depends on the flow and what you can do and what you need.
Much better answer than mine.
No, but yours is, but it's not, because your answer is the one that you should give. You should go look at yield. You should go look at return on investment. You should go look at a money calculator. I think you should go do those things. I don't, but I should.
No, but listen, you sometimes do that stuff. You have to sometimes
I do when I have investors. I care deeply about yield.
Yeah.
But my view on that's it's just a little bit more like, look, Mike's pretty big time. I mean, look at this guy over
Look
here.
at this guy.
He's got the wall. He's got the things.
Look at it.
He's probably doing 600, 700, 800 million a year in land. I mean, I get it. Like, the yield calculator makes sense. I'm just a baby tiny guy with the baby business, so it's different.
I think also it has to do with how well you know the market in that area and how strong your buyer's list is in that area. So what's your experience in that area, right? If you've been there a while, if you know the ins and outs of the area, you're going to be more willing to deviate from the rule of 72 a little bit. So
I could go sell those $5,000 properties for $16,000 to $18,000. I could go sell 10 of them in the next 30 days. If I had them, I could sell. Like, for sure. If I had them, I could sell them without hesitation.
There you have it. Because
I'm willing to.
Because why? Because you have the systems down, you have the buyer's list, you have all that stuff, right?
And I pay someone to heckle with a guy.
Okay, so here's part B. You ready? Mike said you have the opportunity to buy 12 properties from the same person. What's your top line offer?
What's the original offer on one of them?
The original offer is 25 cents on the dollar.
Oh, I see.
What's your top line offer on 12 properties on a bulk deal?
Probably 15 to 20 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, it's less.
Okay. Part C. You have the opportunity to buy 12 properties from a lady whose properties are going to tax auction in 1 week.
Ooh.
Oh, so little.
What's your top line offer?
It's
$5.
$1.
5 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, it's $1 amount at that point.
What if she's playing negotiator on the phone saying, I have other
you're
buyers?
Right. That's right. You're going to come to her with a number that's going to move her because she's about to get
Barbara?
nothing.
Is it Barbara? Is that your name? Barbara,
I go by Barb.
0.
Right.
Or you can have $3,000 tomorrow. So, I mean, those are your choices. Like, I'm not trying to be the jerk in the room, but you're going in 2 weeks. You get nothing. The government's going to take your product. They're going to steal your land. But I'll give you like a decent down payment on a car. $3,000. That's my offer. Because I'm taking all the risk. I don't have time to go do the due diligence. I'm taking a bet that, it is what you say it is. Just went down to 2,500, Barb.
24.75.
Ticking.
So, fellas, Matt Forbes, you've done a lot of land deals. Mike Zano, you and I have done a lot of land deals, right? So, Like we know how to think about these things, talk through these things to ourselves. We can call each other up, whatever. This is your first land deal. Like that's a little overwhelming, right?
Totally. You should call me. 100%. If you're in that position, I'm here for you. Come, embrace the big bear.
Yeah, and I think though, if you do though, you have to be transparent. You have to be honest. You have to just sort of play that to your advantage. This is not a suit tie stuffy collar business where you have to pretend to be something you're not. This is
tracksuit business.
What?
Tracksuit business.
I don't know what he said.
I don't know either.
I said tracksuit business.
Oh,
yes.
Business.
So he's got a good point. You could be in a tracksuit, a sweatshirt, a nice Vineyard Vines sweatshirt.
It's nice, isn't it? I like this.
I do.
Wear this every day.
You could be whatever. It doesn't matter, and you just be real. Build a connection with the person, and magic can happen in terms of
what. Yeah, one caveat though, like if you're in over your head on something like that, I mean, don't call me, but there are people in this community that can help you from a money standpoint, because there's a real deal there from just a guidance standpoint, right? You are not on the island you think you are on, right? Believe me, this is the only land community where people are going to go help you and not snake your deal and do horrible crap. Like this is an actual group of people who want to help, so. Don't be afraid to reach out to people in this group. It's a legit group.
Awesome. Thank you, boys. Jesse, I don't know if we can help you on this one, Jesse. In Washington State, how are excise taxes collected in Geek Pay? Just tacked on? Well, I think in any state, Jesse, when we do a terms deal, we are putting the monthly taxes in the land contract. So they're reimbursing us for the taxes monthly. We pay the yearly tax bill. I just got one of these today for one of my favorite counties. It's like a lot.
Those bills.
There's like 30 bills in there.
Yeah.
So
the volume of individual letters that I get more tax bills than any other form of mail.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Totally crazy.
All right. Yeah, so work them into your monthly payments. Yeah. Peter Capil. Peter, thanks for coming to boot camp this weekend. We are excited that you signed up for flight school. Next flight school is February 23rd.
Whoa. Did one just start?
One started in January.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, a week ago.
Wow. I'm trying to get my buddy to join.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger. It's ridiculous. He's like, I don't know. Does this work? And I'm like, I will tell you exactly what I make a month. I'm like, I will disclose that to you. You're an idiot. Because you know me, I'll tell you you're an idiot if you're an idiot. I'm like, you're so dumb. It's amazing. You've seen me from getting murdered in this business and trying and it not working. You've seen me for 3 years do this.
Yeah.
And now working and you're still like, I don't know if it works. I'm like, you're so dumb. You just need to go to school.
No, it's true. It's so true.
Just kidding, Jim. What I meant was you're a great guy, super smart.
We're going to tag you in the comments, Jim. Peter Capil says, just started listening to the Art of Passive Income podcast from episode 1.
Whoa.
It's fun going back in time and hearing Mark and Scott mention some of the things you guys are doing when first starting out. So I love that. You know what's even better, Peter, is listening to the Best Passive Income Model podcast from 5-6 years ago.
When Mark and the other guy?
Mark and... why can't I remember his name right now? What's that?
Rand? I want to say Rand
No.
Paul. I don't think that's right.
I'm blanking on the name right now. But anyway.
No, Geek, huh?
That was Mark's first podcast.
I got started when I was listening to those first.
I loved that podcast because it was all land all the time, or pretty much, right?
Right.
And Mark would always call on his guests and say, so tell me, why is land not the best passive income model?
Why is your stuff better than mine? It was awesome.
And Mark would be like, that's so wrong. Here's why land is better. And he's right. It's the best passive income model. But But yeah, those are. Oh, Duran, thank you. Yes.
Duran. Yeah. Well, Mark wrote it up there. Yeah. By the way,
Thank you, Mark.
I thought the dude's name was Duran for like 8
Duran.
Yeah. No, I didn't realize.
Jonas Murphy has a question. Hello, land gangstas.
What's up?
Gangsta.
Right.
What?
Only if you're in Minnesota.
Come on now.
I meant Wisconsin. Easy tracksuit.
What are your favorites? What are your favorite resources for a title search?
The guy I pay $15 to who runs the title search. Is that a good answer? It's not.
Where'd you find him?
I knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy.
All right.
I think the most simple is the county, because we can research these things pretty accurately for what we need. If there's a question, there'd be title company or something to that effect, but that's rare.
Yeah, it's unlikely you need to go to a title company, depending on the kind of property you're going to get, right? In the beginning, you just do due diligence with the county, right? You get the back taxes, make sure you're not in a POA. If you are, you got to get to the POA and find out if there's any back, dues like that. Like, you can do the vast majority of it, especially for the kinds of properties we're going to buy. And then when you get good at it, my due diligence is a checkbox and Airtable that I don't even hit. My VA hits it. An email magically gets generated and sent to this guy that I've never met. He magically does it all in a day.
You know what's even better? When you can magically do it right inside LG Pass.
Ooh.
A la Process Moto.
Ooh, checkbox. Whoa.
What?
Checkbox. Yeah.
Awesome. Ken Green is watching. His comment is pigs get slaughtered. I'm not sure what that's referring to, but Ken,
pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered.
Oh, thank you. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. Ken, if you could please, because this was at the end of the episode last week, please remind us of what your most recent cash flip was. We want to see the numbers on that. It was a pretty amazing deal. It was toward the end of the show, and I don't think it got enough attention. So throw that up there. Barry Ribbs has another question.
Cash deals. Yeah.
Imagine you're brand new to the business. Which states and counties would you focus on right now with the best chance to score initial wins to get the ball rolling for your business? Good question.
Okay. I think if you're going to study where to do the business, the best thing you can do is sort of look where other land investors are. I can't just pick one or two because I think they all work. I could pick any county where there's
all work
plenitude of land investors and just execute consistently and get deals and be okay with it. So I think that's it. County research using other land investors, and they all work. They all work. You just got to dedicate the time and effort to one of them.
Yeah, that's 100% correct. How much money you want to buy a property for? You want to be spending $1,000? You want to be spending $100? You want to be spending $4,000? What does that cycle look like for you? And then just go to Landmodo and find the counties where people are. And people make fun of that strategy. It's a riot. Like, why would you do that? Like, because this stuff sells. Right. Like, Scott Bosman's not going to be in an area that doesn't sell land. So if Scott Bosman's there, it's probably good enough for you. Even though he's there, like, there's competition, but there's safety in numbers. Right? The system works. You buck the system, you can get yourself in trouble.
Safety in numbers and tracksuits.
And safety and tracksuits, I think, is what we've all learned here tonight. Yeah.
Tracksuit business.
Tracksuits.
No, it doesn't sound
definitely
like
not a track. This whole thing is so much less appealing if it's a tracksuit business.
No, it's not. It's so much more appealing. Who wouldn't want to work in a tracksuit all day long?
Because I'm already well overweight, and the day I start wearing a tracksuit is the day I instantly gain another 40 pounds. Like, like in one day. Like, it's like, oh, hey, I didn't know you weighed 400 pounds.
I know Mark Podolski has a tracksuit. He just saunters around his pool all day, doing land deals on the phone. You can see him in a tracksuit.
100%. 100%.
Probably.
Oh, my God. All right.
That's wrong.
Peter Capil, How can I record with Simplifile if I'm an individual? I think they require you to be part of an organization, but I could be wrong.
I think you're correct. It wasn't that way when I joined, although I am an LLC, but I believe you need to be one to get set up now. But it's not that hard to become one.
Right.
Yes.
Days.
Easy stuff.
Takes days.
There's Ken Green posted his numbers, and I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
We're all jealous.
He bought the property for 15. Whoa, what happened to Zano?
Oh, he gone.
I'm just
bought the
testing
property
my
for 1,500.
video. Sorry.
He gone.
I had a video issue. I'm correcting it.
Wait, I don't see you. By fluke, he received a text from an individual that the property was in the family. He flipped to $18,000. Ken Green, you bought a property for $1,500 and you sold it for $18,000.
Yeah, doesn't suck.
Whoa!
Suck.
Oh, there he is.
What's
up?
I had an issue with my video.
But that is not
okay.
normal. Like, if you're new and you don't know what you're doing, like, don't think that that's normal stuff. But like, those things do happen. Like, weird, wacky, inflatable, crazy deals happen. And that's definitely one of those. Buy for $1,500 and sell for $18,000. I bought this $1,500 Ford and I sold it for a brand new Mustang. No big deal.
It's a gold nugget, and the gold nuggets, they come to you.
They do.
They
once
come
in a while.
to you every so often. It's not every day, but every so often, the gold nugget arrives.
Yes. Like my idiot friend who just made $100,000 in GameStop or whatever that stupid.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, what did you do? He's like, I don't know. This guy told me to buy it, so
I don't know.
It looked really good, so I sold it.
The
I'm like,
Redditors told me to buy it.
I'm like, I can't wait for you to lose $90,000 tomorrow. Mark says, I like walking around in slippers in a Haverhill firefighter shirt.
Haverhill firefighter shirt, and I love that everyone has a Haverhill firefighter shirt except for your buddy.
I don't have one. Am I the buddy in question? Is that the deal?
Your two buddies, except for your two buddies.
It's cool. Just us. Just the guys you hang out with.
All right. I hear you loud and clear.
I'm also waiting for my tracksuit.
Mark's stirring the pot right now. You're waiting for your tracksuit?
Yeah. And
Forbes,
my robe.
how much?
I'm waiting for a lot.
Forbes, you would add $1 million in sales to your job yearly if you just walked around in a light blue, baby blue tracksuit.
I can see him in the Tony Soprano robe, going to get the mail in his flip flops.
Some Facebook user says, I don't know who this is because I can't see the name. Hey, Mike, it was good talking to you today. So, Mike, who'd you talk to today?
I talked to a few people, actually. Really great conversations with probably about 4 or 5 people today on land investing. So I probably couldn't, with the context clues, to tell you who that was.
Wow. In case anyone didn't pick up on it, that's code for I've had a little bit too much to drink, and I don't remember my afternoon at all, even
that
a
is
little.
Not 100% true.
All right, we got 5 minutes left. So this is part D of Luke Martin's question. He's actually chiming in now. Would you put a bid in? Mark Podolski's watching. He might have some good advice on this one. Would you put a bid in on 11 properties? But the taxes are due Monday. We got 3 days, fellas. Taxes are due Monday. The office is closed till then.
But
can we get this deal done?
Due Monday doesn't mean anything. Is there something else happening?
The auction, the tax sale is Monday.
Oh.
Can we get this deal done by Monday?
Depending on where they are, sometimes it's by 10 a.m., by 12, or some places it's if whoever pays like the taxes first. It's like weird. Like, so if you win at the tax auction, and if the owner who just lost it goes in and pays the taxes first, they can. It's weird. They're all different. So you need to know sort of where you're working. You need to know the details, and so could it be done in one day? Yeah, absolutely. You'd have to boogie, and if you didn't have a team, which is very helpful, it'd be pretty busy, but you get it done.
I would want to talk to somebody who's done that kind of stuff before. I'm not afraid of it. It's probably worth rolling the dice, right? Because it's not going to cost very much to go do that. But I would just I'd go network around the group a little bit and just talk to somebody. That's what I would do.
I think, I hate to say it, but if the county's closed tomorrow and the tax sale's Monday, man.
Yeah.
It's
If the county, if this were regular operating stuff, then that's a different ballgame.
Yeah.
But
now this is an amazing learning experience, because if you come across this situation again, you can be a little bit more forthright in your conversation with the seller and say, listen, we have a week. You can't go through title. You don't have time. We got to get this deal done. Let's do it tomorrow.
Yeah. I had one. The guy walked. I was like, I'll give you two. I'm like, it was going to be like $1,500, $2,000. That guy's like, I just don't want to bother. And I'm like, all right, let the government steal your land. By the way, they hate it when they think the government's going to steal their land. Right. Hate it with a passion.
Hey, so I have comments and I can see people. First of all, it's Jake Martin. Did you call him Luke? It's Jake Martin.
He totally did.
Oh, I called him Jake earlier, didn't I?
Yeah. And David, I talked with David today.
You got to call me out like that? You got to call me out like that in front of millions?
Facebook called you out. I just read it. And it was David that I spoke to today. And David, I did really enjoy speaking with you. Lives in sort of the same region of the United States as me. So, and same as you, Forbes, actually. The
Jake,
best part of the states.
The Massachusetts? It sucks out here. What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about the taxes. I'm talking about the atmosphere, the people.
Still sucks. Yeah.
Well, I feel bad.
That's how you know he loves it, folks.
I'm going to go. I feel bad. One more question.
Really? Feel bad?
All you have to do is apologize to Jake.
Hold on. So I don't know if this is a misprint or a joke, but this is hilarious. I don't know if you guys are watching this one on YouTube. Was Barry Ribbs at boot camp?
No.
Okay. So Barry Ribbs writes, in Dirt Rich, the author says he's held on to a number of properties over the years of his land deals and not sold them. Do any of you guys ever buy and hold on to some of the gems that pass by? And then Mark Podolski, the author, literally writes next, like he's the next thing. He's like, the property is in the path of growth. I hold on to it in a trust and don't sell it. But it's like, well, hey, like, so I read this in this book and this guy over here does this. Like, do you do that? And the author's like, yeah, no, I do that. Like, and here's why. Like, that's awesome. That little, like, you should screenshot that. That's kind of awesome where the author replies back to you. Anyways, just thought I would.
No, I love it.
Mention that.
Good point.
I'll take the screenshot since you jabronis aren't going to do it.
I just took it. I got this.
I cannot trust you with this important deed.
Even though I got Jake's name wrong, and I talked to Jake multiple times, so I'm going to attribute it to 4 of these.
Why? Don't blame. Just blame yourself. Just take responsibility.
I'm taking accountability for drinking 4 of these.
It's all right. Listen, we're a little off our game tonight. Forbes had a long day. I had a long night last night at the fire station. You've had 4 beers. It's okay.
Yeah.
You had 4 beers.
Hammered. Was there one more question you wanted to hit up?
That was it, actually. That was it. And Mark answered it, so... yeah, I apologize, Jake. So
Jake,
anyway...
hold it over his head. Literally forever. Never let it go. Always bring it up. My man. That's what I would do.
I know you would.
Tracksuit. I love you, tracksuit.
Tracksuit business.
It's not a tracksuit business.
See,
it is a tracksuit business.
What's good about the nightcap? People watch this and go, "These guys can do it."
Yeah,
and I could crush this business.
That's
exactly,
without a doubt.
That's what I thought when I first met you, Zano. That's for sure.
See, inspiring people one way or another.
These yahoos, yeah, for sure. All right, fellas, it's time to. We gotta have a toast. So, we didn't get to our third topic. It's always a successful nightcap when we don't get to the third topic. It's a really successful nightcap when we don't get to the second topic.
That sounds like every nightcap. What was the third topic?
What it takes. We'll save that for next week.
Okay.
What it takes.
All right.
What it
I'm glad
takes.
we didn't get to the dog.
Okay. So, fellas,
Yeah.
cheers.
Cheers.
Here's to the boot.
Is your name engraved on your mug?
Maybe.
I mean, look at he's got MZ Zano everywhere. He's a lot of self promotion on Nightcap.
He's so branded. Look at him go. I want a Mike Zano cup.
It's a lot of.
I don't know what to say right now, other than I'll get you.
I love myself.
I don't know what to say other than you'll get one.
Zano, why don't we meet up at your house, have some beers, do a nightcap? We can each have our own branded mug.
I already got one vaccination, Matt. One more to go, and I'm clean. Now you can come up.
Yeah, no, I still need mine. I'm like hunkered down here in the
This
land.
year, though, we'll do the Bossman special at the house.
Oh, that's funny stuff. Yeah.
That means you come too.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Flights?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate that. All right, everybody, go get your vaccinations, please. Over 20 million vaccinations have been given with very, very, very minimal side effects, except Mike Zano had a sore arm. So we're good. Go get them.
Hey, don't tell people it hurt.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll talk to you later.